The Southern Alps of New Zealand have for the past 30 years been the heartland of the World Championships of Multisport, the Speight's Coast to Coast. In the first weekend in February, the world's best set off from the west coast to mountain run, kayak and cycle their way 243 kilometres across the Alps to Christchurch on the east coast. For some, it's a lifetime personal challenge and journey, pitting themselves up against the huge distance and the stunning environment. For others, a race for the ultimate test in off-road endurance and speed, the World Championship title. A week after the 2011 event, Christchurch was rocked by a powerful earthquake with massive devastation and tragic loss of life. Two of those directly impacted are 9-time Speight's Coast to Coast champion Steve Gurney and race founder and director Robin Judins.
Yeah, I bought this house specifically because it was good for coast-to-coast training. I'm right near the water and it was solid as a World War II bunker, you know. How wrong was I? It smashed. And along with a lot of houses in this area, some was particularly badly hit. I've been, because of the earthquake, along with many others, have been evicted out of our houses, and for a year we've just been itinerants, just waiting to see what happens. I was really interested to notice the community response after the earthquake. Within the first few hours and days and weeks, the amazing cohesion and community spirit and camaraderie. Obviously, some people were traumatised and have left the city for good, but those who are left are amazingly resilient, and it's so typical of the coast-to-coast type as well.
In Christchurch City, it's been astronomical, We have lost so many buildings. It's not that they all crumbled, it's just that they fell apart, and slowly. Then they just had to take them down. We're going to lose as many as 700 buildings inside the CBD. And every day now, the skyline in Christchurch is changing. The biggest buildings are already down, or mostly reduced. I'm very lucky actually that I'm able to run the Speight's Coast to Coast through Christchurch. Where they've progressively made a hell of a lot of improvements to the road in town. I got approval to run the coast to coast through Christchurch about 4 months ago.
With so much destruction to the Canterbury community and region, we are fortunate to see the 2012 Speight's Coast to Coast underway. It's testament to the fighting spirit of Judkins, Gurney and indeed the people of Canterbury. In the early days, the crossing was a 2-day adventure. 30 years on, individual and teams competitors still contest the Speight's Coast to Coast 2-day, stopping overnight at Klondike Corner after the mountain run. But now elite athletes battle out the Speight's World Multisport title, appropriately known as the longest day. It's the day before the World Champs. It's dawn, and the 2-day race is soon to start. Competitors touch the West Coast waters for good luck. Race commentator is former champion Steve Gurney.
30th anniversary, Coast to Coast, Day 2 start. Look at all those athletes. Perfect conditions, West Coast to East Coast, 244 kilometres over the main divide. Mountain running, biking, kayaking. We're just about to start.
Former Member of Parliament, 69-year-old Mike Ward, has completed a remarkable 28 crossings. That's 7,000 kilometres of Speight's Coast to Coast racing, only missing last year due to injury.
You think you can, the only way you got to find out is by going out there, so and ever since I've been anxious.
3 days ago I was entered as a team, so a teammate got injured and here I am. So there we go.
Another amazing story in this year's race is Neelusha Memon, who is legally blind. She's out to show just what people with a disability or impairment can achieve.
Hopefully it'll be all good. The bike's going to be, hopefully it'll go to plan, and then that'll mean that everything else is set up for the rest of the day.
Accompanied by sighted companions, Memon will attempt the entire 243-kilometre crossing, including the very technically challenging mountain run and the kayak down the Grade 2 Waimakariri River. Right now though, nerves are high as the teams and individual challenge is about to go. The race starts with a 3-kilometre run from Kumara Beach, followed by a 55k cycle, then a 33k mountain run up over Goat Pass, the highest point of the course. Then it's back onto the bikes for 15 undulating kilometres to the Waimakariri River, into the boats for a huge 67k river kayak, and finally a 70k cycle to the finish at Sumner Beach in Christchurch. TV3 sports reporter Hugh Bainan and Ashley Tulloch have teamed up into Sports Tonight. Hugh is off in search of the Alps, missing the comfort of a large bunch. There's plenty more inspiration here as Ian Fox and Liz Atkins bounce back from the earthquake by training for the great race, now living their dream by competing. Stuart Carruthers is teamed with the oldest athlete in the race, 71-year-old Dave Kennedy. Neelusha Memon has done well in the run off the beach and is blitzing the first cycle with the help of her sighted cyclist Ollie Marshall. Any time they can make up now will be a bonus for the difficult mountain run, where Neelusha will be up against a strict cut-off time. And to show her determination, they lead their bunch of cyclists. Another Christchurch athlete is mother of two, Linda Paulson, racing solo. Her business by the Waimakariri River was substantially damaged in the earthquake, but here she is racing. The two-day race is well into the cycle leg as they come off the 7-kilometre downhill with nerves settled. The efficiency of bunch riding saves the legs for the challenging alpine run ahead. A large group has formed. It's looking like this year there will be no breakaway group going into the mountain.
We're at the iconic Jackson's pub. It's only a few kilometres to the start of the run. We've passed the cyclists and there's actually no breakaways, big bunches, although I think Ryan Kiesanowski, he's a top cyclist. I'm guessing he's probably going to try and get the cycle record today. So from here it's into the mountain run, and look, it's not raining. It's just a slight drizzle, overcast, and the sun's not going to come out. I think it's going to be really perfect running conditions.
Check this out. Atkins Corner is the most hectic and entertaining transition of the entire event, possibly any event. 58 kilometres into the Great Challenge, competitors transition from the cycle to a 33-kilometre alpine run. For teams, it's a change of number bib. For the solos, it's just a change of shoes and on with the backpack. Did we mention hectic and entertaining? Farmer John Michael has one key component of his race missing, his support crew.
Johnny Wolf!
Oh, it's cool, eh? I was stoked just to get in a good bunch and yeah, let all the guys do the work up the front. And
one of the top individual women to watch is Auckland student Tony Keeling. In the teams, Dr. Stephen McKinstry is racing with cyclist and paddler Daniel Bush. But the race leader is Trevor Voice, a former runner-up in the World Championships. The Nelson athlete is in a team, as he has an adventure race in Patagonia with all Kiwi Team Seagate in just 1 week's time. Leading the individual men is 21-year-old Christchurch builder Nathan Bell. Word from transition is that Daniel Bush got a flat tyre, so Stephen McKinstry has his work cut out to catch Trevor Voice. Tony Keeling leads the women onto the mountains, with physiotherapist Chanel Cornell not far behind. It's encouraging for multisport to see school teams. The Dunstan and Westland High School team of Nakaya Randall and Kelsey Hamilton lead the girls' race. Neelusha Memon's fast cycle has placed her well up the leaderboard and ahead on time. Her sighted guides, Nick Crocker and Glenn Hedges, will lead her along the arduous mountain leg trail, through the many river crossings and over boulders the size of cars. This is the critical leg for Memon. It's not a race against others, but against time. The cut-off is 4 p.m. at Goat Pass and 7:30 p.m. at Klondike. Fail and her dream ends. Our Christchurch mother of two has traded her bike for trail shoes and is well up the Deception River on her way to Goat Pass. Memon is steady and sure-footed on the valley floor and river crossings, but she's finding the single file in the bush more unsettling. She needs to keep the speed up, as the only time she ran over the pass in training, she didn't make the cut-off time. Neelu was a snowboarder up until 2000, when she was struck by a post-viral autoimmune disease. She was in a coma and fighting for her life for 4 months. A year on, she left hospital with impaired balance and just 30% vision, plus major loss of coordination as a result of nerve damage. TV3 sports reporter Ashley Tulloch of Team Sports Tonight is enjoying the race at her own pace, with her own personal way to keep cool.
Well, still working away up the Deception. Probably got, I think I just crossed the 11th river. Legs are starting to feel pretty knackered. The hills aren't disappearing, the rocks aren't disappearing, and the finish line is gradually getting closer. But gosh, this is rough.